thought about posting content now for a while and sharing my story, and yet many times in the past, the fear of failure has stopped me from doing things such as posting content. It stopped me because of the fear that I'm gonna fail and all the what if questions that follow from this. What if people laugh? What if people think I'm silly? What if no one wants to hear what I think? The problem with these what if questions is they're largely based around what other people think of you. And if you let other people think of you drive how you behave and how you think, you run the risk that you never really truly chase what you desire, like something that you want to choose, something that you want to pursue. But instead of pursuing that, you fall into the trap of letting other people's opinions run your life. What happens then is we don't step out of our comfort zone, because our comfort zone feels safe. It feels like a place where we can't get hurt by other people or ourselves. The problem with this is if we stay in our comfort zone and we never chase after our dreams and things that we want in life, our comfort zone just becomes its own jail where we never actually get to see our real potential. We never actually get to see what we can make out of ourselves. Think about when you're older, when you're 60, 70, you have grandkids, and they ask you, like, how is it like being a teenager? How is it like being in your 20s, 30s? Tell me the stories. And instead of having the stories of what you really wanted to do, what you really wanted to pursue, you tell them, oh, I didn't pursue that because I was worried what other people think. And you suffer this pain of regret. The fear of failure, the fear that you have to go through to reject that and to pursue your dreams is something that personally I'll take any day over the pain of regret. There's nothing you want less than to feel the pain of regret. And unfortunately, a lot of people on their deathbeds, when they're asked, what would you have done differently? Oh, I would have pursued that one thing. I would have chased after that one dream. So think about in your life, what if questions are stopping you from chasing that thing? Don't let other people's opinions affect your life. Chase after that thing. The problem with putting other people's opinions above your own desires for your life is that it's a recipe for unhappiness. When you let other people's opinions take the front seat in your life, you become a backseat watcher. And it's as if you lose all true authenticity for yourself. It's as if you lose true authenticity of the real you, the real emotions, desires, dreams that you have. And you become a reflection of what people want you to be, not who you actually are. The reality is people are too preoccupied with their own life to even bother, to even care about what you're actually doing. You see videos on the internet of people lying down on the street in a crosswalk in New York, and people just walk by. And the reality is they're going to forget about that 5-10 minutes, maybe even a day later at the latest, at the most. And so we let other people's opinions drive how we behave, and yet their opinions, one, don't matter, but two, they don't even care enough. They don't care enough to have that decision in your life. So why let them? The other type of fear is the fear of rejection, and this is something that I face a lot in my life, and I'm sure you face it too. The idea that we don't pursue something because we're fearful of getting rejected by that person. The problem is when we avoid rejection, we're actually rejecting ourselves. Because by avoiding rejection, we're essentially saying no to our dreams, our emotions, our goals in life. And so you're letting yourself down by not pursuing that, For example, let's say you have a dream of being a writer. That's something I want to do. I have a dream of being a writer. And let's say I finish my first draft of a novel I'm writing, but I'm so scared of getting rejected, so scared of all that hard work that I put in being disregarded, that I don't send it to a publisher, and then they never get to look at it. And so I haven't even tried, I haven't even pursued that goal of mine because I'm so scared that it's just going to be shut down. And so by attempting to avoid that rejection and not sending my book to a publisher, I'm rejecting my own goals by not pursuing that. Another example is if you like a girl, or if you like a guy, if you're a girl, and you don't tell them how you feel because you're scared of what they're gonna say if they don't like you back, then you're rejecting what you truly feel to yourself, and then you never get to even have the opportunity to say be with them. And yes, they might reject you and they might not like you back, and that's okay. There will be a person eventually who does like you back. But if you never ask and you never tell someone how you actually feel, you'll never find that person. I think the hardest thing about rejection is that when a rejection does occur, we can often take it as an attack on our being, as if getting rejected defines the worth, the value of us. But this is not true. This is simply not the case. And when we understand this, we understand that whether they reject us or not, whether that book publisher rejects my draft or not, whether that girl rejects me or not, that isn't a reflection of my self-worth. Once we remove that, I think the fear of rejection will not be such a chain in your life, and you can pursue the things and express the emotions that you truly feel to the people around you that you love. So go out, go do that thing that you fear, tell that person how much you care about them, and chase that dream that you always wanted to do. So when you're older and you look back, you can think of a life well lived and not a regretted life. Thanks for listening. See you next time.